Ever since we started our FIRE journey 9 years ago, we've received so many questions from different people about personal finance, saving money, and investing it.
Today we're going to walk through the questions that you ask us more than any other question. So here are those questions answered.
What are some tips for people trying to pay off debt? If we're on track, not wasting money on $5 lattes. So the first thing here is congratulations on accomplishing that.
I'm trying! Wait a second. Are you listening to music? What? Shut that off! I'm not listening to music. Fine, just go crazy for a little while.
That's amazing that you guys are on track, and we know all about how hard that can be and how challenging, especially if you guys have kids, if you have a family. Now, the practical option here is to get a side job, and we know that's not what you guys are wanting to hear. That's not ever what we want to hear, but that's really the best way, because if you're on a salary and you aren't going to get any more money than just that, unless you have a bonus or an increase.
So do everything that you can to get that additional stream of income. That will definitely help you pay off that debt. Nowadays, there's so many options that you can choose from, like selling things on Amazon, eBay, Poshmark, Facebook Marketplace, or even Etsy. You can do freelance work, you can become a virtual assistant, or even teach English online, or start a YouTube channel like we've done. Also, we truly believe in shopping consignment, waiting for season changes for promotions, and at a discount grocery store like Aldi. And this is where we've been able to save a lot of money over time, and we would believe that you guys will too.
Also, cut cable and any extra subscription services that you have. Think about things like Netflix, Disney Plus, Hulu. Do you really need all that, and do you really need cable as well? That's actually something that Amber's parents are working on right now, is trying to trim those down. And those are some of the silent ones that you don't really think about, but they just show up as that little bill every single month, but they do add up. Also, make sure that you have a debt payoff plan. And if you are a salaried employee, ask for a raise and do a really good job and put some thought into how you'd methodically ask for a raise and write that up, do a proposal, write a letter. Take that very seriously and do a great job with asking for a raise. And what do you have to lose? The worst thing they could say is no, and then you know kind of where you stand with that company. The next question is, what is your budget for kids and where do you shop? Currently, we set a $100 per month budget for our kids, but we try not to focus on the month to month as much as the annual cost of looking at the whole year at a time. Here's what you need to be mindful of are things like birthdays, Christmas gifts, and any other holiday gifts. Those are the ones that sneak up on you, and typically if we don't have a plan, we usually end up going over or we end up arguing about it.
For kid clothes, we also try to use consignment stores. We use the Kitizen app, and we try to use eBay too to look for used clothes that don't have a lot of wear. Lucky for us, we also have cousins that have handed down a lot of clothes, and we're able to use all of those for Michaela. And then when Gwen was born, we were able to use a lot that Michaela wore and then Gwen wore. One tip here also, we've kind of came to this conclusion, Jared was the pusher on this. We try to go as gender neutral as we can, especially in that newborn to 12-month stage and even to the 18-month stage, because they just grow so fast and they're really only wearing onesies. So
yeah, and why do the boys have to wear blue and the girls have to wear pink? It seems like when you go to look for clothes, those are the colors that they have. All right, the next question is, what should I look for in a credit card? And this is a great question and something that Amber and I have spent a lot of time over the years trying to figure out for ourselves. So first of all, we'd suggest that you limit the number of credit cards that you have. Ideally, you should have 1 or 2 cards, and the safest practice is to just have 1 card and pay that off entirely each month. Also, don't just get a credit card because of the promotional offer that you receive to sign up for that credit card initially. That may not pan out in the end, and we've done some research on that, and we usually just try to look for one with the best rate overall. And if you're getting a new credit card because you've maxed out another one, chances are you're not on the right track, and you should not get that additional credit card.
do not.
Please, no! 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 No!
Be aware of the interest rate on the card. Look for cards with no annual fees, and consider the rewards that are offered to you. This one is where we like to use the Citibank Double Cash card, and for that we receive 2% cash back on all our purchases, 1% when we purchase and then 1% when we pay it off. So we feel like it's a great option as of a credit card for us.
And the way we came up with that is we've gone to different points calculators online. We've done an analysis of our personal spending habits, and then we evaluated, there's a lot of calculators that automatically do that, and based on where you spend the most money, it will recommend the best card for you. And for us, since we don't do a lot of luxury type spending,
Or
travel, restaurant, this card actually works out best for us. You get 2% on all transactions versus the ones where you get like 5% in certain categories, 3% and 1% in most of the transactions that you'll have. The next question is, how much should I save for retirement, and what are some of the things I can do to start? First of all, it's going to be a different answer for everyone, but ultimately the research out there tells you that you need 12 times your salary at retirement age or 25 times your annual expenses that you'll have in retirement. When saving for retirement, most experts recommend an annual retirement savings goal of 10 to 15% of your pre-tax income. And what we've seen is that high earners generally want to hit the top of that range and low earners generally hover to closer to the bottom. All that being said, at various points in our life, we've saved almost 70% of our income because we really wanted to achieve financial independence, financial freedom, and retire early. So I would factor that into your calculations. If you're somebody that loves their job and you're pretty happy with where things are and you think you're gonna have that for the long term, then maybe you're not gonna put as much into it. But if you're more like us and you really wanna strive for financial independence, financial freedom, and early retirement, then blow that 10 to 15% out of the water.
Right. But there's no singular formula for figuring out how much you need to save for retirement. Remember that, like you said, it's really based on how much you are willing to sacrifice. So more than likely it will depend on your future, both the known and unknown parts, such as your income in the future, your planned retirement age, and the kind of lifestyle you want to have in retirement. The next question that we get is, how can I set my kids up with good financial habits? The first thing we think about this is to make a budget with them. Help them understand how to track their spending and go through it with them. When they get money for their birthdays or Christmas, give them options and let them choose what they would like to do with it. Show them what they can buy with each amount and teach them what happens when you save the money. There's some great books to help with teaching this to younger children. Think under the age of 8, kind of like our kids. The first one is Spend It by Cinders McLeod, and the other one that they have out, that she has out, is Earn It. And those are great books that can share how money can double or triple as you save it, and then what happens when you do spend it.
Let them participate in the money and budgeting talks from an early age. There's also great resources for debit cards for children. With the Greenlight debit card, for example, kids earn money through chores. They're able to set savings goals, spend wisely, and invest, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Plus, as a parent, you're able to help keep tabs on their spending, and you can choose where the kids shop and what their withdrawal limits are. Capital One also has a great Money Teen checking account option that you should check out.
Remember that your children and teens are always watching what you do. They're like sponges.
That's
They
true.
soak in all that information, and even when you think that your children aren't paying attention, it's definitely essential to be that positive role model for them so that they see this is how things work, this is what this looks like. And, we've done that from day one with our kids.
And we've learned from our experience with our children, the kids don't do what you say, the kids do what you do. So be careful.
Thank you guys so much for watching and walking through these questions and answers with us today. If you have any questions that weren't covered today, please be sure to leave them in the comments below and we'll answer them in another video. To help our channel grow, please do these 3 things right now. Make sure to give us a thumbs up, hit the notification bell, and subscribe to our channel.
Check out this video where we share how we became millionaires at the age of 35 on a low income with 3 kids under 5. And watch our personal finance playlist to make sure that every penny you earn and save is invested wisely.